Hello and welcome. Today I will explain my strategy how to take advantage of high volatility of Kusama Parachains tokens after they are listed on exchange. Thank you for subscribing. With more Kusama Parachains to be listed in the following weeks, it is great to have some strategy how to benefit from a very high volatility of the price of these tokens. The price action is very significant, especially in the first hours, as the trading volume is low and each big purchase or sale has a strong impact on the price. After doing the research on dozens of tokens right after they were listed, it is obvious that the volatility is the highest in the first hours and days after listing. It makes sense as VCs and private investors dump their bags, so do some buyers from community token sales, and therefore the token is still discovering its market price. The very basic strategy is to have an account on at least 2 exchanges where the token will be trading. So in my case, back in September when I received Mover tokens and KuCoin and Kraken enabled depositing of Mover, I sent half of my unlocked Mover to KuCoin and the other half to Kraken. The reason for depositing your tokens on both exchanges is simple. Initially there will be a different demand and thus the price of the token. In case of Mover, the difference was at certain moments even up to 10%, so instead of selling Mover for $90 on KuCoin, I was able to sell Mover for $100 on Kraken. However, this discrepancy usually lasts at most only for a few hours. And it goes the same way also when buying tokens. If you had stablecoins ready on both Kraken and KuCoin, you would have the chance to get Mover up to 10% cheaper on that exchange where Mover was trading at a lower price. I think the best practice is to do this just with 2 exchanges with the highest trading volume. As I said, this discrepancy of the trading price between exchanges will not remain for very long, so it needs to be taken advantage of at the very beginning. The price keeps flipping between exchanges at most for a few days until the price is pretty much the same on all exchanges. In those first days, the transfers of the token between exchanges are usually disabled so that people cannot do arbitrage. This is why it is necessary to have the tokens or stablecoins ready on both exchanges in advance. Now let me show you several tokens and their price action right after trading started and within the next few days. As you know very well, when there is a high volatility, there is also an excellent opportunity to make a profit. First, Mover. The price of Mover token increased from $77 up to $480 in just 14 days. This chart is from KuCoin. Another token from Kusama ecosystem, Shiden SDN, was moving within the range $3.8 up to $8.5, also within first 14 days. That is more than 100% increase. Next one is Karura KR token, where it took longer to see some substantial price action up or down, but eventually KR token spiked from $4 up to $8.9 within the first 12 days after trading began. So again, more than 100% gain. Now Bifrost BNC token. This chart is from MEXC. BNC token went from $3.2 up to $5.9 in just 8 days. That is 84% increase. And lastly, Kilt token, which started trading on Wednesday also on MEXC, pumped from originally $7 up to $13.50 in the very first day of trading, again more than 90% appreciation. So 5 Kusama Parachain tokens, and each of them was very volatile in the first 14 days after trading. We can see all of them made a significant price action up compared to their initial trading price. My explanation is it might be simply that the selling pressure is very high at the very beginning as VCs and private investors are selling, but once retail buyers take control, the price increases. So how do I benefit from such a high volatility? Here I try to explain that. I'll be using an example with Mover tokens. Imagine I will receive 50 Mover tokens as a crowdloan reward. Now initially 20% will be unlocked, so I will be able to transfer 10 Mover tokens. Once Kraken and KuCoin enable deposits, I will transfer 5 Mover to Kraken and 5 to KuCoin. Now I need to set the price for which I want to sell half of my Mover tokens on the exchange. Let's say I will be very happy selling my Mover for $90, so I set the limit order to sell 2.5 Mover for $90. Now Mover reaches this price, the order is filled, and I am very pleased with my profit as for 2.5 Mover I received $225. Now I will wait with the remaining 50%, that is 2.5 Mover tokens, until any further significant price action happens, in both directions, up or down, and my personal rule is that this price change must be at least 50%. Now, two scenarios can happen. Since after listing new tokens are very volatile, it is quite possible that the price of the token either pumps or dumps by those 50% within the next few days. Scenario A is if mover grows by 50% up to $135, I will sell the remaining 2.5 mover and I made even better trade than was the original one when I sold my mover for $90. As I was pretty happy with the gains from that previous sale, I am even happier with this one. I've made some extra profit which I would not have made if I had sold all my mover for $90. If, however, mover price decreases by 50% to $45, I will buy back those 2.5 mover which I have sold for $90. So now I have again 5 mover tokens, but I still keep the profit $45 per one mover. That is in total $112. Yes, I know, initially I wanted to sell all my mover and now I still have to wait for the price to raise again, but I took advantage of the dump of the price. I made a nice profit and still having those original 5 mover tokens. I'm okay with that, as in the long term I'm bullish on mover and I know that sooner or later mover will pump again. So both scenarios are fine, I'm perfectly satisfied with both. Selling the remaining 2.5 mover for 50% higher price, or on the contrary, buying back 2.5 mover for 50% lower price than which I sold them for. Now conclusion. This strategy is basically dollar cost averaging, but in both directions, either selling at a higher price or purchasing back at a lower price, and also in a much shorter time frame than a classic DCA. To be fair, let's be aware there are 3 risks, or rather drawbacks, of this strategy. The first one is that it might happen that you sell your tokens when it hits, let's say, $10, then it drops to $5, so you buy it back, but the token keeps dumping and it never actually recovers back at that $10 price. Naturally, in such a case, you would be better off selling 100% of your tokens for $10. In this case, this strategy would not work out and you would miss on profit. Therefore, I strongly recommend doing this only with decent and quality projects where there is a very high chance that even if the token plummets, the token will recover in the next few weeks. The second risk is that significant price action by at least those 40 to 50% within the first 2 weeks can never be guaranteed, but as I have showed you, quite often that is the case. The third risk is the opposite of the risk number 1, and it is what mover token did to me back in September when I first used this strategy. Let's say your price target to sell 50% of tokens is $120. The token reaches this price, so you sell 50%. The token keeps pumping, so you sell the other half for $180. Now you have made a fantastic profit, but the token still keeps mooning up to $500, and eventually you find out you could have made a much greater profit if you had set the limit to sell the second half not at $180 but at $300, for example. It also goes without saying that the patience is the key for this strategy to be successful. And also always use the limit orders to either sell or buy, as the token can suddenly raise or drop by 60% for a few minutes only. Now this point is extremely important. Make your initial sale only at the price with which you are absolutely satisfied. If the token does not hit that price, just be patient and wait. Once you sell your first half, you are fine, as the next trade with the other half will be even more profitable than the first one. These big price movements will likely occur only within the first days or max weeks after trading was launched. Once the price of the token is discovered, other significant price actions will likely take much longer. And lastly, this strategy can be used for any token which just got listed. Thus far, I have used it purely for tokens which I got from Kusama crowdloans, as I either wanted to realize a profit or load up on my bags, and this strategy allows me to do both. In the following weeks, tokens like KMA, AIR, BSX and KINT will be listed, so many opportunities to make use of this strategy. Please let me know in the comments what you think, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.